7:13. We are working out with Nettie this morning. Man, I am looking at your list of things you're going to make your crew do today, and they are in trouble.
Oh, they are loving it.
We're doing cardio and weightlifting, but first we have to talk about your hair. It's so good.
Thank you, darling.
It's very different.
It looks like yours.
Well, did you do it because you have a birthday tomorrow?
Who told you that? I do have a birthday tomorrow. But you know what?
What?
Funky Fit at 10:30, it'll all be curly again. But it's worth every minute of it. That it's been straight for about 12 hours.
I love it. Well, let's work out this morning. You want to start with cardio?
Well, we're going to start about talking about the baby boomers. So
okay,
if you were born between 1946 and 1964, you are considered a baby boomer. And in 2002, 25% of the American population were considered baby boomers.
Okay.
And so by 2020, 35% of people will be over 50 years old.
Wow.
And so we are going to really discuss and talk about and do some exercises today that I've created to go into what I call Funky Fit 50. It is for people who are 50 years old or older.
Okay, good.
Or for people who feel like they're 50 years old.
And well, and that's kind of nice too to have, because sometimes you don't want to be in a workout class with somebody who's 20 and doing 87 mountain climbers,
jumping up and down and all that kind of stuff. And we have to really start to think about our joints and our bodies in terms of sustainability. We want to do things that we're able to do for the rest of our lives and still be active. So we're going to start with cardio.
Okay, good.
And we're going to start with some basic jogging moves. So if you've got a class, a regular class over there, you see those three over there, getting those knees up and jogging. In Funky Fit 50, we simply do this.
Nice and slow, nice and easy.
Nice and slow, nice and easy. Now, doesn't mean that it's not intensive, okay? So they can get those knees up and still be working hard, all right? So then we're going to go into jumping jacks. Same thing, except for now we have variations. And, you know, sometimes I have people in the class who may have an autoimmune disease or problems, shoulder impingements and things like that. So as you see, Angie's did her arms all the way up. But if Carolyn had a shoulder issue, she would just come up as far as her shoulders, and that's it. And finally, hopping kickbacks. So this is one of the moves that you see all the time in an aerobics class. Again, high intensity here. Very high intensity and high impact over there. Okay. Okay?
Yes.
All right, so now we're going to go into some weight-bearing exercises.
Okay.
Now, you know, as we get older, we automatically gain weight. That is because we lose muscle.
Okay.
1/2 a pound of muscle per year.
What?
Yes. And so that is why it's so important to replenish your muscles. Your muscles take care of your bones, keep you healthy, help your metabolism, all these kinds of things. So weight-bearing exercises are crucial, especially as we age. All right, so for the first thing we're going to do over there in a regular weightlifting class or class that has weights included is a tricep extension. Okay, I've got 3 variations here with them. Now, so in my case of 50-year-olds and older, we're going to not do extensions. We're going to do kickbacks.
Okay.
Okay, so we don't have that weight overhead.
Right.
All right, makes sense. And now we're going to go down to a planks. And, you know, I always love planks, Kristen.
Nobody loves a plank.
But you, nobody but you. Where I've got regular planks over here in a regular class, I've got them doing hover planks. Now, say, again, if Carolyn had an autoimmune disease and she's having a flare-up or whatever, and that's still too much or maybe too much for her shoulders, we have her drop her knees to the floor.
So
just
instead of arms out full, you're just sort of bending your arms and doing that with your knees
on the elbows and then bend the knees. But they're still in a plank position. They're still getting the work from a plank. It's just not as intense. Okay.
Yep.
And finally, we're going to go into the third part of that class, which is respiration and relaxation.
Sounds like the best part of that class.
So in a regular class, you know how they just stretch and, you know, do a few stretches like they're doing over here. And after they stretch, they are gone.
Bye-bye.
We say bye-bye. But in Funky Fit 50, we literally take it down to the floor. We relax, we do some very light stretching, and we're down here not thinking about how much better we look than the next person who was in the class beside us. We're actually thanking God for the ability to move and breathe.
If people want to come to a Funky Fit 50 class, what do they need to know?
They go to NettieReeves.com.
All right. Hey,
simple as that.
Have a happy birthday tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Kristen.
Well, we're so happy to see you on your birthday weekend. You guys can come back. You don't have to hide anymore.
Don't they look relaxed, though?
They do. They're asleep, actually.
And that's what happens in my class. I often hear snoring.
And don't you love that Eric still cannot rest? Like they're asleep, and you're still.
The great thing about Eric is he can go back and forth because he's so fit after 50. Hey.
She says about her husband. It is 7:18. Let's check in with Ashley. Happy birthday, love.
Thank you.
All right.